Welcome to the director's cut of Christian Nutrition, the show where we review every single episode of VeggieTales chronologically. And by we, I mean just me. It's been a while, child. I don't even know what that means or why I said that. What I do know is that I am back, and I am happy to be back. And guys, we're on the fast track to finishing the VeggieTales series. That's right. I mean, we have less than 10 episodes, at least. I gotta double check. I wanna say it's 8 episodes. That sounds about right. We have about 8 episodes left, yeah. But today we have to backtrack a little bit. So earlier in the year, I skipped an episode. I skipped Little Drummer Boy on purpose because it's a Christmas episode and it came out in 2011. If you recall, we finished with League of Incredible Vegetables previously, and that was 2012. So we gotta jump back 1 year, just 1 year with me, guys. Even though it's more than 1 year for us, I guess it's a weird time paradox. Let's not get back to the future here. But with only 2 Christmas episodes remaining, it actually works out for this being the last VeggieTales Christmas. Sad tear down my face. Everyone, put on your Santa hats. Let's get that Christmas border activated. That's good stuff. I like it. Definitely didn't do that last year. And let's review The Little Drummer Boy, starring everyone's favorite asparagus. Wait, starring everyone's favorite asparagus? Why did I return from the hiatus? Why am I punishing myself? What have I done to deserve this? I could have just disappeared and been another YouTube mystery, you know, and they would have made videos like, where did Christian Nutrition disappear? Instead, I am punishing myself with endless amounts of Junior.
Yeah!
This is an accurate representation of how Junior ruins my holidays. Welcome to the club, Pa Grape. Welcome to the club. We have lots of room.
Okay, Pa, we're all set. Headed out to do a little shopping.
Yeah! We thought we'd get Junior a real set of drums for Christmas.
No, stop. Why would you torture everyone with Junior's terrible drum playing? Like, what is causing you to do that? Why would you punish every... Did they do something? Did they burn down your house?
Look for the kind that don't make noise.
See, Pa Grape has the right idea.
Grandpa, can you listen for the doorbell? I'm going to keep practicing until Laura gets here. It's Laura's fault. She broke the plate. I tried to stop her. She said she had to demonstrate her apple chopper.
So Pa Grape goes to get a replacement light bulb in the garage, which causes Pa Grape and Junior to not hear Junior's friends ring the doorbell when they come by. Junior gets upset and automatically assumes his friends have ditched him. And you know what, Junior? If I was your quote-unquote friend, I would ditch you. I would definitely ditch you. I wouldn't even pretend like I didn't. And Pa Grape decides to read him a story in an attempt to make him feel better. I was okay with the story ending with Junior being upset with his friends, but whatever. Why do what I want?
A long time ago, there lived a little boy named Aaron.
He's the drummer?
He will be, just like you.
Why is Junior also playing the character in the book? Is one Junior not enough for this episode? Is one Junior not enough for the whole world?
A drum? My very own drum?
Lord, what have I done to deserve this punishment? I know you promised not to flood us again, but could you at least kill this with fire?
Thank you so much!
Why don't you try it out?
I can't believe this is the first episode I return to when I get back from my hiatus. I should have gone the way of DC Talk and had a permanent intermission.
Wow, he's great!
That's something you would expect Junior to say if he actually heard this drum being played. Except Junior isn't hearing the drum being played. He's having a book read to him, so he has no idea if this drummer boy is good or not. Plus, I might as well say it now, Pa Grape reading the book to Junior is straight up from The Princess Bride, which is a fantastic movie.
Inconceivable.
We then find out that the drummer boy, Aaron is his name, but we'll call him Junior, lived during the Roman Empire, and they burned his house down simply because they felt like it. Now I feel bad about the house burning comment with the neighbors earlier. Guilt. Doesn't taste good. Anyway, so Junior hid with his animals, but his parents pulled a Home Alone and left him home alone.
I made my family disappear.
Aaron decided right then that he didn't want anything to do with anyone anymore.
Ha! As if Junior would want to stop interacting with other people.
We don't need people. We'll be just fine by ourselves.
This is beautiful. This is reason number 1 for why there's 10,000 reasons for my heart to find. Oh, bless the Lord, oh my soul.
I'm getting hungry. We got any of that fruitcake left?
What? How can you think of food when Aaron is going off by himself?
I'm always thinking about food.
Me too. Time for a snack break. And no one better come back to this video without the proper snacks. I'm gonna go eat off screen though. Thanks for hanging on, everyone. I definitely ate a snack. Where were we again? Oh yeah, Pa Grape explains to Junior that the little drummer isn't a true story, but was inspired by the birth of Jesus. It also takes place during the birth of Jesus. Oh, now I see where we're going with this. I am sure these are just some random facts that by no means will make a difference later on in the story, though. I mean, there's no way these two could intersect. Could they?
In those days, the government of Rome made people travel to the place where they were born so they could be counted and taxed.
What's tax?
Great question, Junior. Well, the answer to this is a very simple one that many people aren't going to give you, but I'm going to give you here today. Taxation is the theft of money that you've worked for by an entity that has more power over you than you're willing to fight. Like a thief with a gun may point a gun at you, and then you give them your money. You're not doing that because you both signed a mutual contract saying, well, if you give me the service of mowing my lawn, then I'll give you this money. Instead, it's if you give me the service of not killing me right now, I will give you my money. And so that's violent forced coercion. If this is labor, like if somebody held a gun to you and said, you're gonna cut my grass, and you do it, that's also forced coercion, and we call that slavery. Let's say somebody cut my neighbor's grass, and then the neighbor pays him $5, and I come up to him, and I've got a gun in my hand, and I'm like, I want one of those dollars. He gives that to me. He didn't give that to me because I made an agreement with him and the neighbor that I would get $1 out of every $5 that he makes, like some sort of finder's fee. We had no agreement whatsoever, and I just take a gun and I point it at him, and that's also forced coercion. So in a sense, that's slavery because he cut the grass and he didn't get paid what he agreed to get paid, or it's theft. The government does this because it has more guns and it has more power, and it has the people on his side. They have the mob who say no, taxation is not theft, it's just your dues and what you pay here to society. If you want to know more about that, you can check out my podcast. It's called Who Would Build the Roads? Junior, please, I would love to hear your thoughts on my podcast, Who Would Build the Roads. Check it out. I'll talk to you later.
And that concludes another episode of Kevin's Economic Soapbox.
Thanks, Kevin. Way to bring the episode to a standstill. Yeah, it was super helpful.
But there were others who were not so good.
Just look at that, Ali.
Prince Ali, fabulous he, Ali Ababa.
Isn't it wonderful?
Oh, yeah, Ben Haramed. The land is flowing with milk and honey.
Sounds sticky.
Because we're going to the promised land.
And the only thing tastier than lots and lots of honey is lots and lots of money.
We've got to have money.
Whoa, that was a lot of memes all at once. I'll try to slow it down. I don't want you guys to have your brains explode.
Yeah, and the only thing tastier than lots and lots of milk is lots and lots of chocolate milk.
What?
What?
And I was making an analogy between milk and chocolate milk.
That's a preference, not an analogy.
Did you just assume Mr. Lunt was stating a preference and not an analogy? Ho, 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 ho! You have come to the wrong place to be assuming things. Mr. Nezzer, being the entrepreneur he is, making, his 50th business here, he wants to put on a show that will make a lot of money. Of course he does, of course. It will include Mr. Lunt juggling fire torches, sounds sweet, 2P saying me and we over and over and over again, that doesn't sound sweet, and also Jimmy doing stand-up comedy.
What do you get when you cross a Roman emperor with a head of lettuce? A Caesar salad!
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Speaking of forgetting, what do you call the guy who forgot to pay his taxes? Bernie!
Was that a shot at Bernie Sanders all the way back in 2011?
It's not true. That's impossible.
Then again, I could just be overanalyzing this. Junior gets roped into Mr. Nezzer's show. Oh, what a shock. Mr. Nezzer's crew puts on their first show and it doesn't go over so well. Everyone in the crowd heckles them, which is actually pretty funny for us, the audience.
Ha ha! I tell ya, how do you get a tax collector to smile for the camera? Just say fees!
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Junior goes on stage and the super predictable takes place. That's right. He crushes it as a drummer. I can't even believe this right now. It even goes into this weird, wonderful world of entertainment like sequence.
I can't smile without you, without my donkey or camel too. Man, my dreaming days, yeah, they all through. Oh, I can't smile without you.
I can smile without you, Junior. In fact, I can smile a lot without you. Okay, all right.
I don't want your money. I don't need anything from anybody. Why can't everyone just leave me alone?
Clearly, Junior is now a teenager. I mean, his physical growth has been stunted since he was 5 or 6 years old, but he's definitely an angsty teen here, yeah.
And now it's time for the VeggieTales Christmas party, the part of the show where we join our veggie friends at their annual Christmas party.
VeggieTales has an annual Christmas party, and we found out in 2011 they held it back from us for 18 years? I feel quite cheated. Did all of you know about this and you didn't tell me? Because if you did, I have punishments for all of you.
The first Polish Christmas dish I bring to the party, a boiled potato topped with dill weed.
If you're going to do a revised version of the 12 Days of Christmas, shouldn't the first day have just 1 potato and not 7? I know you said 1, but the pan has 7. Doesn't make any sense. The next 3 dishes he shows actually has the right number of things, and all 3 of them are words I cannot pronounce. But basically, it's either dough, cabbage, or bell peppers stuffed with meat.
5 smoked kielbasa.
What's a kielbasa?
It's pretty much just meat.
I'm noticing a very distinct trend here. My body is wanting the food, and yet it's revolting it. It's quite a unique feeling I have right now.
The 7th Polish Christmas dish I bring to the party, 7 pitted prunes.
I don't like prunes.
With this food, you'll need them, son.
That is the classiest poop joke VeggieTales has ever made. I'm unsure whether to applaud them or scorn them.
This has been a VeggieTales Christmas party. Tune in next time to hear Oscar say,
anybody wanna lick the spoon?
Anyways, back to our regularly scheduled program.
We were making a bundle. You had to go throw it all away. What's wrong with you?
If that isn't a teenager response, then I don't know what is.
You're not leaving until you figure out a way to pay me back.
Did I just hear a discouraging word?
Whoever is first to comment with what that reference is, and you have to be exact with what that reference is. You cannot be vague. I will not give that to you. You will get to help me on a future episode. Details are to follow for the person who wins that. All of a sudden, Mr. Nezzer and crew run across the 3 wise men from the birth of Jesus story, and yes, it does seem like this story will intersect with the birth of Jesus. You know, just like in the Bible.
But tradition has it that their names were Melchior, Gaspar, and
Luke Skywalker.
You were a little early there with the record scratch, but Luke Skywalker?
Magi, not Jedi.
Can I keep my sand speeder?
Now that's a name I've not heard in a long time. A long time.
May the fork be with you.
Please stop.
What made them wait until 2011 to make direct references to Star Wars? I mean, this is the most blatant reference they've ever made. And they only waited till 2011. I mean, there's only 3 Star Wars movies that released while you were in existence, you know, in 99, 2002, 2005, you know, episodes 1, 2, and 3. I know they're not the greatest, but you could have made Star Wars references then, heck, a whole parody episode about it, like you did with Lord of the Beans, but, well, let's wait till 2011, because the Blu-rays released this year, I guess.
They were on their way to Bethlehem, following the star.
The star.
Wait a second, are they eating chicken? Ladies, run!
No.
Knock, knock. You say, who's there?
Oh, no. Not again.
No! You say, Herod who?
Oh, Herod who?
Herod, any good jokes lately?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
No joke, no exaggeration. Mr. Nezzer tries to screw the wise men over by quote-unquote helping them transport their goods for Jesus. Oh, brother. He sells them Junior's camel, which only amplifies Junior's teenage angst.
And nothing's gonna make this right again.
Junior then follows the star and it leads him straight to Jesus. Of course, that is where the story was headed the entire time. He finds his camel, but his baby sheep ends up getting injured and gets trampled. He asks the three wise men, who say there is nothing they can do because they're wise men, not like magicians.
But there is one who can help you.
The baby?
If baby Jesus heals a sheep, I will be very upset.
It's okay. Go to him, our savior. Priest.
It's a bit odd and off-putting to pray to a baby.
Well, look, I like the Christmas Jesus best, and I'm saying grace. When you say grace, you can say it to grown-up Jesus or teenage Jesus or bearded Jesus or whoever you want.
Junior ends up playing the classic Little Drummer Boy song that comes out of nowhere, but even I can admit it's really good.
Shall I play for you? Pum-pum-pum-pum on my drum.
Junior ends up forgiving the people who hurt him when all of a sudden...
Aaron, honey? Mom? Dad? What?
What? Out of left field comes the parents who are supposed to be dead. I mean, they just abandoned their child, which don't get me wrong. If I was Junior's parents, I would abandon him too. But are we serious right now? I'm sure someone can rationalize this in the comments, as someone always seems to be able to do that. But the episode, like, they don't even give an explanation for why they left Junior. They weren't like, we tried to find you, but we couldn't, and so we had to leave because everything was burning. Nothing like that. Just like, oh, we thought we lost you. Well, glad we didn't.
The end. Isn't it great that because God forgives us, we can forgive others?
Yeah.
So to cap this all off, Junior's friends show up and explain the miscommunication. And of course, Junior forgives them, even though they did nothing wrong, and all is well. That was the Little Drummer Boy, and it was touching, which I know is unlike me to say, but I mean, it starred Junior twice, and even so, I still found it to be a touching episode. It's not by any means the funniest episode. It's not the greatest episode. Yeah, I wouldn't even rank it in the top 10, top 20. It's really not. But well, maybe top 20. I don't know. I haven't got there yet. But it was touching. I'll give it that. And the Little Drummer Boy song was really good. The silly song was pretty good. Nothing I'm gonna go back to later. But yeah, it wasn't bad. Stay tuned as next time we review Mary Larry and the True Light of Christmas, starring Cy Robertson from Duck Dynasty. So, if you're a Duck Dynasty fan or not a Duck Dynasty fan, don't worry. I will appease you both. So, remember that God made you special and he loves you very much. Bye!